Today I'm going to be talking about a super important trick that every free skater should learn.
Go on.
It's super doable. You don't even need to know how to pump.
But now you have my attention.
You can start learning this right away. I'm doing it right now. Standing still on free skates. First, we're going to talk about how you stand still on free skates, and then we're going to talk about why it's so important and super helpful for pretty much every free skater. Finally, Gabe and I are going to do a game that you can try where we're going to duel and see who's better at standing still on free skates. To get started, you're going to want to find a smooth piece of ground. This can be like your garage if you have one, pretty much anywhere, as long as it's flat. Then set your skates down with the wheels in line, with your toes down and your feet in the correct angle. But before you push off like you would, turn your front foot 90 degrees away from your back foot. Now, the free skates have a built-in angle, so 90 degrees of the wheels is actually slightly more than 90 degrees with your feet. Not only are they gonna be 90 degrees like that, but a little bit more like that. When you have your front foot at 90 degrees like this and rolling, you're gonna wanna roll it slightly back, lean back, and pick up your back foot just like that. When you're in the standing position, you shouldn't need to change the angle of your feet at all, because with your feet at 90 degrees, you can balance pretty much anywhere you're about to fall by changing the position of your feet. So if I were falling straight forward, I would probably bring my feet together. If I were falling straight backwards, I would bring my feet apart. Any combination of the two can kind of save you from any angle that you're falling in. So the way I taught it kind of puts both your feet kind of 45 degrees from the direction you're facing. But some people, like Gabe, find it more comfortable to have one foot perpendicular to the way your body is facing and the other foot parallel. Play around with this and see, maybe you're more comfortable with your left foot like up here, or your right foot up here, or maybe you're more comfortable just kind of standing like this. So the two most obvious reasons why you should be practicing standing still on free skates are muscle buildup and flexibility improvements. When you're standing on your skates and you're holding stable on the wheels and balancing there, you're gonna be working the same muscles that you're working when you're pumping. And also the flexibility really helps you get comfortable with the high angled pumps that you might need to go uphill. Another less obvious benefit is the buildup of intuition with your skates. It makes it more natural to be riding on your skates if you can stand on them and then accelerate and maybe stop and stand again. It makes the skates more of an extension of your feet rather than just something that you're going to be riding in order to get from point A to point B. It makes it more convenient to not have to hop off your skates every time you stop. And I think it looks really impressive to people too when you don't have to jump off your skates. Once you can stand on free skates, you're probably going to want to transition from standing to pumping or riding your free skates away. And you can do this in several ways. No way is correct or incorrect. So what standing on free skates is going to teach you is you can only really impart a meaningful force perpendicular to the direction of your wheels. So if I'm standing like this, where my wheels are 90 degrees, and I want to go in this direction, I have to pull with my left foot at the moment. If I'm standing in that exact same spot, but I want to go this way, I would pull with my right foot, which is perpendicular to the direction that I want to go. You can also push with your back foot, push away to go in this direction, or push away this way to go in that direction. All of these are equally correct. The same goes for stopping. When you're approaching a spot and wanting to stop, you have to go into the standing position, and then in this case, I would need to push in order to slow me down. You can also turn your back foot 90 degrees and pull with that one to slow you down. Doing all these pushes and pulls with your feet is that intuition that I'm talking about, and it's really gonna help you with pumping, especially on a steep hill where you're constantly pulling and then pushing and then pulling and then pushing. All right, Freeskate Sumo. The rules are, no opponent can leave the square. You lose if you leave the square. No opponent can step off their skates, and there are no other rules. Fight to the death. Let's go. Woo! Round one. Go to your corner, go to your corner. Beep! I will outforce you! Oh. Whoa. Oh, good push. Oh. Almost got me there. Oh. The pole. Oh, the fake out. Oh.
It's still going.
Good fight, Gabe. Hope this helped you. If you want to learn more about skate intuition, check out this video I talked about. Get good fast. Roll with us. Woo!